We need your help. I didn't touch the folder. How? Dad answered. You should leave college for a while. I stared at him. What? Just take a year off, Mom said softly. Get a full-time job. Help us pay everything down. You can always finish school later. I slowly turned toward Ryan. He sat there staring at the table without saying a single word. Dad leaned forward. Families make sacrifices. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I already sacrificed my education because of Ryan. We did what we believed was best. For him, I replied. The room went completely silent. I stood up, left the folder on the table, and walked out. The phone calls started the very next day. Mom cried. Dad reminded me that family should always help family. Ryan sent long messages promising that he'd repay everyone someday if I could just help them survive for now. I ignored every message. Instead, I met with an attorney and a financial advisor. I froze my credit, opened new bank accounts, changed every password, removed my parents from every emergency contact, and made sure nobody in my family could ever access another dollar connected to my name. Then I finished college. It wasn't easy. I graduated with student loans that never should have existed, but I graduated. A month before commencement, the engineering company where I'd interned offered me a full-time position with a salary higher than either of my parents had ever earned. I never told them. A distant aunt congratulated me on Facebook instead. Within an hour, my phone was ringing nonstop. Dad left several voicemails. Mom texted that this was our chance to save the family. Ryan wanted to discuss a repayment plan. I answered one call. Dad sounded relieved. I knew you'd do the right thing. I asked one question. Has Ryan sold his truck? Silence. Did he sell his gaming collection? His expensive watch? Did he get a second job like I worked 2 jobs? Dad finally replied. That's different. Quote, I smiled. No, it's exactly the same. Then I hung up. A few weeks later, they mailed refinancing papers asking me to co-sign another loan. I mailed the envelope back unopened. Eventually, they had no choice but to sell the house. Ryan moved into a small apartment. My parents rented a townhouse they could barely afford. For years, they believed my future was worth gambling to protect their favorite son. When the gamble failed, they expected me to pay the bill. Instead, I paid for my own future. They paid for theirs.